Alright guys, this is SpartasFinest here, back again. We got another battle today, this time against a guy named Subgerocallidus, or something along those lines. But yeah, anyways, to the battle now. He is going to be using a Sun team, so he's going to lead off with his Ninetales to get up the Drought and the Sun stuff right away. And I'm going to lead off with Rotom because I find I really like tricking these Ninetales because they're really easy to work around since they're not that powerful and I can really just find ways to take hits from them, I find. But he actually goes Solar Beam here, which I really didn't expect. I mean, maybe I should, just because I do know Ninetales can learn it and stuff. It's just, I'd never see it, so I really didn't cross my mind. But I'm going to switch out here, fearing the second Solar Beam. And he actually goes into Blissey, which was a nice play, I guess. I'm not sure if he predicted that, but I decided to go for my Stealth Rocks, because I know he will likely have the Thunder Wave. But I'm not too worried about it just because the only thing on his team Heatran can outspeed is his Slowbro, which honestly after T-Wave I probably still outspeed. But I go into Metagross again, not fearing the T-Wave or any real damage he can do. And I wanted to hit it with the Banded Pursuit because I really thought that with the Choice Band that Blissey's low defense too, I would be able to do a good amount of damage, but apparently not. But anyways, he goes into Slowbro here. I go into Latios, fearing the Fire Attack, because I know Slowbros can carry that, which is weird, but anyways, I go Draco Meteor here just because I was hoping he would stay in and think maybe he could take it and then, die, but he goes into Blissey. I miss. I don't know if that mattered too much, because Blissey has more special defense than, anything ever. But, go into Gliscor here, now knowing Gliscor can really take on this Blissey quite well. As long as he doesn't have the Ice Beam, which Gliscor can still take an Ice Beam from, and after Poison Heal and then Protect to get more Poison Heal, I'm not even too worried about taking it, just to scout it if his Blissey has it. And he just has the Shadow Ball, which does nothing there, so I really thought he would switch here, knowing he can't do anything to Gliscor, and if he just stays in, then I'm just going to get poison damage racking up, so I'm fine if, he just keeps going for the Shadow Ball and doing no damage while I let toxic damage rack up more and more. But now he decides to finally switch, goes into his Infernape, and my toxic decides to miss this turn. So that really sucks, but I go for the Protect, scouting him to see what set he is, hoping he's a Choice Band set, but unfortunately he predicts that and goes for the Stealth Rocks, which was a nice play. But I do make up for it by predicting his U-turn here and staying in to go for an Earthquake to, hit whatever comes in, which ends up being his Blissey, which is pretty nice. And here I see he doesn't even have the Natural Cure, which really surprised me, but is really awesome because now his Blissey is toxic permanently, and I don't have to worry about that thing nearly as much. But yeah, I'm just going to keep Earthquaking because at this health, I'm thinking if he tries to soft boiled up, I'm not really going to let him just because poison damage is going to get higher and higher, and then it's going to be harder and harder for him to recover. He's going to just start losing health every turn. But here, I figured he's already going to lose health his next turn if he stays in to take another Earthquake. So I go Toxic, predicting his switch again, but he decides to stay in Shadow Ball, which I really don't know why he insists on staying in with his Blissey against Gliscor, because it's really annoying me. But he's going to switch out here. I do believe I go for Toxic again, yes, to wear this thing down. And here I was considering going for the Protect to try and stall a Toxic turn. But I really thought he would predict that, so I switch out into Heatran, which ends up being a nice play, because he does predict it and go for the Nasty Plot. And that means that pretty much, Heatran walls these sets, I find, just because they usually have a Fire-type move, which Heatran's immune to, an Ice-type move, which Heatran X4 resists, and then a Psychic move, which Heatran just regularly resists, like that, and then I'm able to take the Psyshock and take him out with a Fire Blast, so that's awesome, because that's probably his most threatening sweeper he has, and I just took it out. But now he's going to go into his Infernape. I don't want to switch out just because I don't need Heatran for anything anymore because I took out his threatening sweeper. It's done its job. It's not really worth the risk of going into something else to, like Latios, to take a U-turn or something, and because Latios is my biggest threat to his team once I take out his Blissey. So here, I know he's going to bring in his Blissey again. I go for the trick predicting that, which is really helpful because Latios outspeeds his entire team now, I think. And if I can take out this Blissey, I can pretty much just take out everything if it's in low health. I can really just... The ability to switch my moves would be very helpful at this point. So, as I go into Gliscor here, knowing he just realized how much of a threat Latios is since it outspeeds his team, he's going to be desperate to Thunder Wave it. So I bring in Gliscor. Again, thought he would switch out to save his Blissey, but he's going to just let it die. So after I Toxic there and he stays in, I just finish it off with the Earthquake. But now he goes into his Ninetales. I go for the Protect here, just scout what he's going to do, knowing he's Scarfed and locked into a move. But unfortunately, not a lot of my team has the ability to take Sun-boosted fire attacks, other than like Heatran and maybe Latios. But again, I don't want Latios getting too much damage because it's very important to my victory. So I go into Jirachi to take it, which he does do, and it's actually kind of nice that I get him to go down to -4 health, -4 special attack, because it takes 2 overheats to kill him. So that way I'm able to go into my Metagross knowing he's going to have to switch out here because, well, at -4 you're not going to be doing a lot. And that way I'm going to be able to hit him with the Pursuit, the Choice Band, everything, especially with the crit. Not sure if that mattered, but it is going to take him out. I don't think it mattered too much because I think he would have died on the switch-in, but here he goes into Slowbro. I predict him to T-Wave, predicting my switch into Latios again because, like I said before, he's very desperate to take that thing out. And I also decide it's not really worth the switch in. I just want to leave Metagross in to die because Metagross isn't a threat to his team very much. I don't really need it at this point. And what I do need is other pokes like Latios and Rotom. Or Latios and Rotom, rather. Sorry, but here I go into Rotom. Go for my Volt Switch here because it's super effective and stuff. Nearly takes him out, but not quite. And I go back into Gliscor, predicting either... Well, figuring Gliscor is the best thing to take a hit and hoping he might go for T-Wave here. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that, but he goes for Psyshock, which is not a big deal at all because that's going to hit on the physical side, which means Gliscor is going to wall it. But here, again, thought he would switch out because I thought he would want to get the Regenerator boost and then go into something like Blossom that could take an Earthquake easily and then not have to worry about getting poisoned. But he decides to slack off here as I go for the Toxic, which is good and bad because with this thing poisoned, he's really not going to be very threatening at all, but he's still alive because I didn't Earthquake it. But he goes for Fire Blast here, luckily not doing too much damage because I guess he's obviously a bulky set and not trained offensively at all. But again, thought he would switch out here knowing that he's kind of at a loss for a Slowbro. I thought he would try to just get up in health with the Generator boost from switching out and then, you know, be able to salvage his Slowbro for later. But he decides to leave it in, go for the Earthquake, get a crit. That hacks overall maybe mattered a little, I guess. I don't think it made a difference in the match, but probably annoyed him. But at least here, his Infernape just takes me on one hit, so it might have not mattered too much just because his Infernape would have been able to take me out regardless. But now I go into Latios knowing it is that his last 2 pokes are Infernape and his Blossom. And his Infernape will obviously die to a Surf, and his Blossom will die to a Specs Hidden Power Fire. So that is my plan, but as you'll see in a sec here, his Blossom actually has the Endure. So that really caught me off guard, because now I know this thing is going to go for the Flail or something like that that's more powered up with less HP you have. And if he can take out my Latios, Rotom cannot take a hit and I will lose this battle. So it really just comes down to this hit. And Latios survives with 76 HP, so I'm able to finish him off. And that is awesome because now I win the game. So good game, Subgerocallidus or something. And guys, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later.